let's move ahead with the PHP include and require statements. Very important one when you are dealing with the actual websites, you will be designing your web pages and you will be using include or require statement in every web page. So let's check it out what this PHP include and require statements are. So PHP 5 include files. The include or require statement, it takes all the text, code, markup that exists in the specified file and copies it into the file that uses the include statement. So it takes all the text means in include or in the required statement, we have the text, we have the piece of code, we have the markup language as well. We have certain CSS as well. So everything what we can write it in a PHP file can be there in this include statement. Including files is very useful when you want to include the same PHP, HTML or text on multiple pages of a website. So there lies a question. If we have a website, what type of information we need to display which is same on every page of that particular website? What that particular information is? Headers and footers, excluding headers and footers. Let's check it out with some website. Say bennett.edu.in. We have certain header. Say this is a header which is being applied over here. And then we have the footer as well. So if we scroll below, this is all the footer part is there. So if you navigate to any other page, say I navigate to BTech, you can see what all remains same. Are you getting the same footer? Yes, the same footer is there with all the options as we are having in the home page. There are certain basic things like the website like www.google.com. The domain name, this is the home page. This is known as the home page. For every website, there is one single home page like bennett.edu.in. This is called the home page, the landing page. Like if I say my own website, simmercristing.com, this is the home page, which is also referred to as landing page, but technically it is called as the home page. For your understanding, you can say like whenever we open certain URL or the website, or you will be having your own website, then first of all, you need to plan how your home page will look like. You have a couple of pages. You need to make one single page which will be your home page of your complete website. From that home page, all other pages will be linked. Like if I talk about bennett.edu.in, this is the home page. From the home page, I can navigate to About Us. About Us, I can navigate to further different options. And if I go to admission, I can able to see plenty of courses are there. If I want to navigate to BTech, I am able to see some changes in the URL. What I opened is, I opened bennett.edu.in. This is home page. When I click on BTech, you can able to see it shows bennett.edu.in, which I recently opened, /admission/program/BTech. So let's check it out. If I copy this out and paste it in a notepad for your better understanding, if I put localhost, what you all have done, / we used to put the file name over here, remember? Localhost /file name. Remember, this is what we used to do for running our programs in Ubuntu machine. And if I put something over here, something like lamp class / file name, then the URL, this is called the URL uniform resource locator. So the URL looks like this. Whenever I told you that you can put all your project, we declare the project name / hello.php. You can put all your files in one folder and you can give the name of your project over here, or you can have plenty of directories like project name 1 / project name 2 / your file. We compare these two URLs. We are running our website or we are running our program onto our own machine. So this local host resembles with what the domain you will be purchasing in future. So this local host will replace with the domain name that you will be purchasing once your website will be completed. Once you complete all the pages of your website, you can host it over to the internet, and during hosting, you can buy this domain name. There are plenty of providers like GoDaddy is there. You must have heard about. So there are plenty of providers. You can just explore your domains. Like if I search for banner.edu.in, it is saying that it is unavailable because the Bennett University is already using this particular domain. So this is known as the domain name. So that's why I am going through the domains. And you can have plenty of your domains and their charges are being mentioned over here. And you can have it if you want according to when you are grown ups and you will be working into some industry or you want to start your own business. You can have your own domain name and you can start your even you can start your startups as well now as well. So you can accordingly like banner.co.in is this much the domain will be there, and banner.fun is this much, and so there are plenty of other different providers as well. GoDaddy is one of them. You can go with the different services what all they provides, and you can have an optimal provider to have the domain name. Every provider provides you with the domain name. So this local host will be replacing by your domain name in the later part. Then project 1 / project 2, these are the directories. So if I compare this with the link which I recently opened, the admission is one directory, and inside admission programs is one directory, and inside program BTech is one directory, and inside BTech we are having this landing page. So if I click on BTech, I am getting this landing page. So if the same way, if I click on BCA, so you can see BCA is having another landing page. The path is all same. If you can compare both of these, in programs, we are having the different directories. One is BTech, one is BCA, and every directory is having its own landing page. And generally, when we do the website designing, we have a standard name for our landing page, and that is index.php. So if you provide a URL like a admissions BTech and then index.php or bca/index.php, automatically the web browser understands that this is a landing page. So it sometimes removes this name of the page and it gives you the directory path. Plenty of web hosting, or almost 99.99% it supports index.php to be the home page or the landing page. Very few it is considering home.php to be the landing page, but nowadays with the advancements in PHP, index.php will be a page which is the home page. So whenever you will be creating your project, you must be having, say you are keeping all your project in the project name, and you will be having index.php page which will be acting as your landing page, which will be considered as your home page. So you can decide whatever project you want to work upon, and you need to create index.php page in that particular directory, and rest, excluding index.php, you will be creating more pages like first page.php. Later on, you will be changing it according to your project requirements. This is my local host. I have been into this, and what is my directory structure? So this is my project name directory, and inside project name, I need to create one file. So that name of the file will be index.php. When I will be creating my another file, say it is first page.php. So that is what we are having over here. Index.php and the first page.php. These are the two files. The same way we can have third file as header.php. The same way we can have navigation.php, where we will be making a navigation bar. What is the navigation bar? If I open a website, say if I open my website, this is the navigation bar that I am having it over here. So if I open a website, this is the navigation bar where you are having sub menus and menus. The above that, this is your header. And then you are having your content, whatever content you want to place in the content holders, and then you will be having your footer. So correspondingly, you will be having your files header.php, where your website header will be there, navigation.php, where your navigation bar will be there. Then for the footer, you will be having footer.php. These are the names of the file. So you will be having a different file for each and every activity, and later on, like you will be having your pages, the first page.php, or you are having your index.php. These all pages will be having require on include statement, and you will be mentioning the name of the file. Like if you want to include header.php, you will be mentioning include header.php. But the condition is that you will be having these files in the same directory where you are having other files as well. If you want to move it into some another directory, then you can put the name of that particular directory followed by the file name. That is also acceptable. Preference is you keep all the files in the same folder where your project name is. It's not necessary you give your project name itself. You give your roll number underscore your name underscore your roll number as well. No issues. Right. So in this way, we plan the things and we'll be having one a folder as the images known as IMG. We'll be covering over to that part as well. So there we use the include or the required statement. So that is all what we'll be covering out in today's session. So the include or require statement, it takes all the code text markup that exists in a specified file and copies it into the file that uses the include statement. Include files is very useful when you want to include the same PHP, HTML or text on multiple pages of the website. So we'll be using the header, navigation bar, footer on multiple pages of a single website. So include and require statements. It is possible to insert the content of one PHP file into another PHP file. Suppose we are having a project name and we are having the index.php file. In this index.php file, I need to put the contents of header.php so that my header will be visible on this particular page. Then I will be including this header.php file. I will be writing this complete statement inside this particular file. So whatever is written in the header.php will be included into this web page as well. As a result, I will not have to write whole header.php code inside index.php. I will be using one file for multiple pages. Why it is so? Because if I consider a complete website, it will not be having a single page. It will be having a plenty of pages. And in the later stage, if I want to change a little bit, change is being desired in the header or at any portion of the navigation bar or the footer or so, I need to change that particular information on each and every page of that particular website. That is a tedious task. So if I put all my header in header.php file, or you can name any other name, but it is good if you can mention header.php. It's not a hard and fast rule that for header you need to give the name as header.php, but it's a general trend that you can use. That for headers, because it will be a header for all the web pages. So that's why we gave the name as header.php. But if you want to give any other name, you can do so. The same way navigation.php later on at any part of time, you want to add one more submenu in your website. Then you need to add that particular submenu only in this file and the changes will be reflected in the complete website. If you do not follow this navigation.php and you keep on writing the particular navigation bar code in each and every web page, then you need to change on each and every single web page. Later, if your website contains say 50 pages, you need to change that particular code 50 times. Whereas if you have different files for different activities and you want to change one of the activity, you need to change only once and the changes will be reflected in the complete website. That is the best part, because we have included that particular file in our pages. Main file is only one, and we have included that particular file in all the pages. That is what is being desired as well. So it is possible to insert the contents of one PHP file into another PHP file before the server executes it. Why it is so? Because when the server will execute, it will be pulling up all the code that is being mentioned in that particular file, and it will be copying that particular code into that existing file itself using the help of the include or the required statement. So with the include or required statements. So syntax is include space. In single quotes, you can write the file name followed by semicolon, or you can use require single quotes, the file name followed by semicolon. So what is the difference between include and require then? So require statement is also used to include a file into the PHP code, but how they are different. So however, there is one big difference between include and require. What is the difference is when a file is included with the include statement, and if the PHP cannot able to find that particular file, if you have given a different path, but you have placed your file in some different path, then PHP will not be able to locate that particular file correctly. Then your script will continue to execute. It will be giving a warning, but it will not giving you an error. The program will successfully run, but it will not give you any error. So that is the advantage of include. For example, we have a code, welcome to my home page. Include no file exists. And echo, I have a $color $car. That is the variables. Where these variables are declared? These variables are declared inside your this no file exists.php. We'll be checking out this in future content. So include will only produce a warning, e-warning, and the script will continue. There will be no errors. The program will execute, but yes, the program will give you a warning that the file is not available or the PHP is not able to find that particular file. What is the name of the file? No file exists.php. Whereas if you use require statement, the echo statement will not be executed because the script execution dies after the require statement return a fatal error. So if you use require and then the file name, then if that file is not there or you have not mentioned the correct path, due to that PHP is not able to locate that particular file, then it will give you a fatal error and it will stop the execution of that particular script. Your web page will not execute. That is the main and a big difference between require and include. So you have to use these two words very wisely and think before using where you will be using require, where you will be using the include. Let's have more examples. So assume we have a standard footer file called include1.php that looks like, so this is the content of that particular file, echo double quotes, we are having a paragraph tag. This is the P tag. It's an HTML tag. We'll be covering the tags as well. So it's a P tag. This is the starting tag and this is the ending tag. These are the HTML tags. And this is the text that is to be displayed. Copyright $copy 1999 hyphen, then the date. We are passing a y, the year will be displayed and some text will be there or the website is there. So this is the text which is there in include1.php. So let's see what happens with this file. To include a footer file in a page, use the include statement. Welcome to my home page. So this is the header. So the output will be displayed onto the web page. Then some text p tag is there. So some text is also displayed onto the screen. Then we are having some more text. Some more text is also displayed onto the screen. Then we are having PHP include. What this is the starting tag of PHP. This is the ending tag of PHP. This is how we'll be writing out in our file. Every web file, every PHP file will be having the starting tag and the ending tag. And inside that we'll be writing out the command. So we are using the include statement. In single quotes, we'll be using the name of the file. So our file name is include1.php in single quotes and then followed by semicolon. Make sure you write the correct syntax. So whatever the text is written in the include one, that is being included. And what the text is written, it's the copyright, the symbol 1999 hyphen. This is coming from the present date. The year is coming because we have used date in double quotes y. So here is coming in the present year and then the whatever text you have written out. So these are the starting tags, the HTML and the body, and these are the ending tags. We'll be covering this when we'll be dealing with the HTML part. Let's have more example related to this. Assume we have a standard menu file called menu.php. So this is a example of a navigation bar. We are creating a menu now. So in the menu, what we are having, this is the starting tag of PHP. This is the ending tag of PHP. So echo ahref. So what this is used for the linking purpose where you want to link with the pages. So this is called the anchor tags in HTML, and the home page name is displayed onto the website, and this when you click on this home, you give this path, this complete path will get opened up. /default.asp means this is the name of the page, the PHP file, or this is the name of the file, and it is placed within the same folder where you are having the file where this code is being written. So that file and this particular file is in the same directory. Then moving on to the next, you are having a menu with HTML tutorial. When you click on this HTML tutorial, it will redirect to default.asp page, which is not there inside the same directory, but this page is there in the HTML directory. So you are presently over here. You will be moving on to the HTML directory, and then you will be opening this page. So this page will get displayed when you click on HTML tutorial. The same way, when you click on CSS tutorial, the page which is there inside the CSS directory, that is the default.asp, that will get open. When you click on JavaScript tutorial, you are having a different directory. So whatever the default page is there inside this particular directory, that will get opened up. In PHP, default is index.php. Same, you are having PHP tutorial. So whatever the default page you want to set, you can set it out. You can use the default.php, the name directly over here, or you can have it in a couple of directories. Like if you want to have login module in one directory and you want to call the login page in your menu, In your menu, you want to display login, and upon clicking login, it will redirect to your login directory, and there the landing page or the home page must be there, which page will get open in front of you. So this way you can navigate between directories. That is what shown over here is. And we have a menu.php file where your menu is there, and menu is having the option home, HTML tutorial, CSS tutorial, JavaScript tutorial, PHP tutorial. So we use anchor tags to do so. So all pages in the website should use this menu file. So it's a common menu, and you can see over here, this is how the menu looks like. You're having home, HTML, CSS tutorial, JavaScript, PHP tutorial. This is all your menu is. So you want this menu that all the pages, whatever is there in your website, all pages to use this menu. Here is how it can be done. So you use a div element, that is the divisions which is being there. You create a division like this is one division which you will use for the menu, and this is one division where you will be writing your text, other text part. Right, say let's split up into more divisions. So this is one particular division. So that is the way you want to have the first division. So you want to have the div tag and the closing div tag. So this represents your first division. You want to have the second. So you can have the body to be the rest of the division. So to display the menu, have a class menu. What is the use of class? We will be talking this in CSS and styles in the later part. We'll be talking about the classes and the IDs. So basically with the class or with the use of IDs, we used to give a coloring like class equal to menu. We define a class menu in CSS, which is the cascading style sheets, and we give certain attributes to that particular class. Like wherever we write menu, it will appear in blue color. It will be having some URL tag. It will be having some different font. It will be having some different style. So that customization, we define it for one class, and for everywhere we will be using that particular class to have the same type of customization in our website. So that's why we use the class and the IDs. Like menu class is there, and inside menu, I have set the color to be as blue. So you can see all the colors are there in blue except the HTML tutorial, because HTML tutorial has been clicked. In plenty of the websites, you must have seen this. Whenever you click a link, it turns into the pink color. Before you click on that particular link, it is in the blue color. So that all properties is being defined in CSS using classes and IDs. So div class equal to menu. This is, we are telling that this particular div will be using the attributes that have been defined in the class menu. And then what is there inside this div? We use the starting and the ending tags for PHP, and then we include the menu.php file. Whatever is mentioned in this menu.php, all code is being placed over here. And what is there in menu? We have declared this particular links and this particular values. So that all will be displayed, and whatever attributes is being declared in the CSS for the menu class, that applies to this part only. And later we have the HTML tags. Welcome to my home page. that is being displayed as it is using the header tags, the some text using the paragraph tags, some more text using the paragraph tags. So that is all being displayed as we did earlier. So that is the use of CSS over here. That is the use of HTML over here. And this example represents how we can embed HTML, CSS, and the PHP code in one single PHP file. That is what we will be doing so when we will be creating a web pages. So example 3, we have one file wheres.php. Wheres.php is having code as the starting tag and the ending tag, and then the color is being defined as red and car is being defined as BMW. So this is one file. We have entered the color, we have set the value for car, and we have saved this file. So in another file, we are including wheres.php file, and we are firing out the echo statement. I have a $color $car, but we have not declared nor used or not defined the values for color or car in this file. So where these values are coming? These values are coming from wheres.php because we have included that particular file into this file. And whatever the code is being mentioned over here, it directly comes over here. So automatically car and color will have the values. And when we execute, we have the color as red, which we defined, and car name as BMW, which we defined in wheres.php. So this is how we'll be using the include statement in the web page. So the include and require statements are identical except upon failure. That's what we have discussed. So a require will produce a fatal error. Include will only provide a warning in case if that particular file is not available, or you have say given the wrong name of the file, or you have given the incorrect path or so. The PHP will not be able to locate that particular file. So what the fatal error will be given by the require, it is e_compile_error, and it will stop the script. But whereas include, it will give you the warning, that is e_warning, and it will continue with the script and the program will execute. So if you want the execution to go on and show users the output, even if the include file is missing, use the include statement. So that is what the keynotes are. Otherwise, in case of frameworks, CMS, that is the customer management systems, or a complex PHP application coding, always use require statement to include a key file to the flow of the execution. This will help avoid compromising your application security and integrity, just in case one key file is accidentally missing. So in case if any file is missing, then include will work, but require will not. So you decide where to include the include statement or where to include the require statement. So including file saves a lot of work. This means that you can create a standard header, standard footer, or standard menu file for all your web pages. Then when the header needs to be updated, you can only update the header include file. So you need to update only once in the header.php. Require when the file is strictly required by the application. So if you want certain file that without this particular file, you don't want your web page to move ahead. You strictly want that particular file. There you use the required statement. Else for all others, use include when the file is not required, and the application should continue when the file is not found. For most of the cases, use include, but if you strictly require a file, you can use require statement. All about PHP and include and require statements in PHP. So I request each one of you to please practice all these questions and the programs that we discussed in this session.